Welcome back to Awake and Bake, where we get high vibes and talk about the universe. I'm your host, Danny. Finally, after a bunch of heavy fucking episodes, they weren't even heavy. Okay, they weren't heavy at all, but I feel like they were kind of serious topics. We're gonna talk about something that literally doesn't even matter. Today, I wanna talk about the joys of adulting, and I'm actually not being sarcastic. If you don't know this about me, I'm rarely ever sarcastic. I will try, but the problem is, if you're sarcastic towards me, I'm not gonna notice it, and half the time I'm just gonna be like, are you being mean? Do you fucking hate me? Everyone else knows you're being sarcastic. I don't know why, I just can't get it. Obviously, today's episode is another smoke with me, but you will be happy to know that I finally switched and got a new all-in-one little disposable guy. I like to use the high 90s ones specifically just because they puff clouds. And for the thumbnail, that's what I need. I've said this before and I will say it again. I just like to be super honest. If you have a very high tolerance, this is not going to do it for you. But if you just like to smoke because you like smoking, you like the act of it, but you don't want to do nicotine, or if you just want to puff clouds for cool pictures, if you have cool smoke pictures to take, this is always going to be your guy. Let's take a hit and then we'll get into today's topic. Give me a minute. Baby, we are giving a new meaning to when someone scolds you and says, you're grown, act like it. Okay, bitch, I will. In this day and age, it's almost like being an adult in a lot of ways does not seem nearly as fucking fun as it was when our parents were growing up, because it's who can afford to buy a house? Who can afford to buy a new car? Who can afford to do any of the we can even buy groceries or pay rent these days, a lot of us. So I understand, okay? There's a lot to be stressed about. But what if we just focus on the positive so that we could get through life? I was obviously high as fuck, just thinking about all the reasons I love being an adult, all the reasons I love being a grown-up, if you will. A lot of the stuff that I'm gonna say today are probably things that you're not expecting, because I'm not talking about things like you can go buy that really expensive watch you always wanted. Yes, you totally can. But also, bitch, you can have ice cream for dinner. Think about that. You can have ice cream, not just for dinner, bitch. You can have ice cream at any time of day you want. The other day, I had ice cream before noon. Mind you, I had been up for a very long time, and then I had Graders, and if you know, you always have to eat Graders the minute you get it. So yeah, before noon, I was eating ice cream, and I was just standing in my kitchen thinking, this is some adult shit. I can do this, because there's nobody to tell me, you can't do that. Yeah, I can, bitch. It's my house. It's my apartment. And then along with that, with just obviously eating ice cream at whatever time you want, just with that, you can be independent and do, obviously within the limits of the law, and you got to go to work, but you can do whatever you want whenever you want. If you want to waste the day away just rotting or playing video games, how many people grew up with their parents you can't be on that motherfucking game all day, or you better not be on that phone all day? Bitch, if I want to, I will. And you know what? Maybe it is not good for me, but who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? Let me have my moment. There's a lot of things people do that aren't good for them. What's the difference if I want to just spend all day playing video games? I love that I'm using that as an example. Bitch, I don't play video games. I haven't played video games a day in my life. But if I wanted to, I would. And I could. My point is, the people who are well, you really shouldn't. Okay, you really shouldn't drink beer, but I'm not punching you in the face because you're doing it. Leave me alone. So you're in control of yourself. You can do what you want when you want. And then with that, you can be spontaneous and go places. Oh my God, being a kid and wanting to go somewhere, but having to either ask for permission or ask for a ride. Oh, I hated it. Oh, I hated it. Honestly, I did not like being a child. All I wanted was to be grown, make my own decisions, do my own thing, have full authority and autonomy of myself. And you know what? I am at the age I always wanted to be, and I love it. People are always I would love to go back to when I was a kid and life was easy. Life was not easy for me as a kid. I do not want to go back. Baby, I am manifesting my dream life as an adult, okay? I love being a grown-up. And you know what? Another thing that I'm really fucking grateful for. And now this is more of a privilege. Not everybody has the privilege growing up of healthcare, dental care. Some people have never gone to the fucking doctor, or their parents, not maybe it's not even that they couldn't afford to. Some people's parents weren't into that stuff, if you know what I mean. They were nope, you don't need the doctor. God will heal you. Trust me, there's more of them than you would think. I'm one of those people who I totally believe in Western medicine and Eastern medicine working together. There's so many things we can heal truly with our mind, with herbs, with just plants, but there's a lot of things that we need medication for, and shit that was made in a lab. And I'm good with both. I love a healthy combo of both. Being an adult, I have the freedom now to choose what kind of healthcare or what kind of remedies for my health do I want. Do I want to just be fully holistic? Do I want to just be fully big pharma? Or do I want a pretty combo of both? Do I want to go back and forth? I'm in control of my health on so many more levels now. And I'm very lucky that I did have a mother who cared about my health. So she would never let me get to the point honestly, if I was sick at all, she was taking me to the doctor. One thing about my mother, she does love the doctor. But now, as an adult, it's really nice because there are just certain medical things that I want done, medical procedures. Like not even, I guess procedures the wrong word. I mean, could be maybe one day, but like I just got teeth whitening trays made, and it's just like a mold. They make like a mold of your teeth, and then they put like a tray to it. That tray from the mold will then go in your mouth, and then you put the whitening stuff in that little tray, sleep in it overnight. It whitens your teeth. Y'all can't even tell, but it's working. And that was definitely an investment. That's like the first kind of like major health investment that I've made for myself. Got a bag and fixed my teeth. Hope you hoes know it ain't cheap, and it wasn't. Also, I did learn the hard way. I have extreme sensory issues. I'm a highly sensitive person. All my neurodivergent girlies, shout out to us. We're neurospicy. I have extreme sensory issues, and they told me this whitening shit was going to make your teeth sensitive. It wasn't computing in my head that, oh, that's going to be, that can be slightly annoying for some people, not someone like me with extreme sensory issues. So you're supposed to wear it every single night for like multiple weeks. I'm not doing that. I wore it every single night for 5 days and cried nonstop for like 2 days after that because my teeth are so sensitive. I was like salivating and drooling. My fault. We live, we learn. I love that I say all that, and then I'm like, it's my favorite investment. I love it so much. But since then, I've only used it like twice a week or once a week, and it's still working. I'm wearing yellow today, and look how white these look. And most of all, I don't know, just like my most favorite thing, aside from, smoking wherever I want, whenever I want, spending my money on that however I want. My 2 pups, oh my God, just being able to be like, I want to adopt a dog today and then doing it, or I want to adopt a dog like very soon and then doing the research and then getting it without having to ask permission, without having to think about like, oh, well, what will my mom and dad think, or what will my siblings think, or what will my caretaker think, or XYZ. Like, let's take another hit, and then I'm about to change your world. I'm about to blow your mind. So something really interesting is that in a lot of spirituality or a lot of spiritual based ideologies, they actually believe that in your 20s, in your 30s, even in your 40s, all the way up to 50, you're still technically a child to them. Like you're still learning, growing, trying to like experience things, figure out who you are, learn your gifts, figure out how to be a human. So it's really cool because as an adult in society, we still feel like just big kids, but we still have like that kind of kid-like energy if the world hasn't fully sucked it out of you. So it's awesome when you're an adult in society, not in spiritual society, but in like modern society, because yes, you have more responsibility, but you actually just also have the independence and the freedom to do all the cool fun things you wanted to do when you were a kid. And I feel like that's what I'm doing now, is like I'm living out the dreams that I wanted to do so bad when I was a kid. And I'm doing them, and I'm like, this is fun, and I knew it would be. But yeah, I'm just having a little perspective recently, and I thought, wait a minute, what if I shared that perspective with my friends? Because I was just high thinking about it earlier, and I said, what am I doing? I'm like cheating on Awake and Bake YouTube. I'm supposed to do all this for the YouTube. Thank you for hanging out with me, you guys, and thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your grandma, and as always, stay high.